Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video tutorial, I'll show you how to freeze rows and columns in the React Spreadsheet component. In this demo, I will be using gross salary calculation as an example. You will also see the frozen rows and columns in place when scrolling the sheet content vertically or horizontally. First, I open my existing project, where I have installed the Syncfusion EJ2 React Spreadsheet package, and all the necessary spreadsheet modules are configured. Here, I have added the basic spreadsheet rendering code. Notice that the data.js file has local JSON data. Let's look at the freeze pane data. It has the fields, month, year, basic salary, and so on. Notice that the last two fields contain formulas. In the Sheets Directive tag, I have mapped the freeze pane data to a specific range in the sheet, using the DataSource property. In addition to that, I have added the Columns Directive tag and specified a custom width for individual columns using the Column Directive tag. You can refer to my React Spreadsheet Getting Started video to learn more about rendering the component. I've included the link in the card above and in the description below. Let me run this example and show you the output. You can see the spreadsheet rendered with the provided data source. Notice here the spreadsheet column's header text overflowing the cell boundaries. To make the truncated words visible, display the cell content on multiple lines using the wrap text feature. I'm going to use the wrap method of spreadsheet component. To access the spreadsheet's built-in method, I declare the spreadsheet object variable of type spreadsheet component and create an instance using the ref property. Then, I add the created event, which will be triggered after the component is created, and assign the callback method onCreated. I define this function here. Using the spreadsheet instance, I call the built-in method wrap. I specify the address A1 to P1 and pass true to wrap the cell content. Check now, data in the header cells wraps to fit the column width. Look here, when scrolling the data horizontally, it is difficult to see month and year columns. To keep those two columns visible, you can freeze them. To freeze the first two columns, select any cell from the third column. Click the View tab in the spreadsheet ribbon and click the Freeze Columns button. Check now, when I scroll the spreadsheet content horizontally, month and year columns remain visible. Let's see how to freeze the columns on sample initial load. In the Sheet Directive tag, I include the Frozen Columns property and set its value to 2. When I refresh the sample, month and year columns are frozen. To unfreeze these columns, click the View tab and Unfreeze Columns button. Now, I'll show you how to freeze the spreadsheet rows. Here I am going to freeze the top row. So, I select a cell in the second row and click the View tab and Freeze Rows button. See, when I scroll the spreadsheet content vertically, cells in the top row remain visible. Let's see how to freeze the rows on sample initial load. In the Sheet Directive tag, I include the Frozen Rows property and set its value to 1. See, cells in the top row are frozen on initial load. To unfreeze these rows, click the View tab and Unfreeze Rows button. Click this button to unfreeze the columns. Both the rows and columns can be frozen by clicking the Freeze Panes button. Next, I'll show you how to freeze rows and columns programmatically. I remove the Frozen Rows and Frozen Columns properties from the Sheet Directive tag. In the onCreated callback method, I call the built-in method FreezePanes using the spreadsheet instance. I pass the row count 1 and column count 2 as arguments. Check now, rows and columns are frozen based on the provided count. In the View tab, click this button to unfreeze rows and columns. In this video, I have shown you how to freeze rows and columns in the React Spreadsheet component using the gross salary calculation as an example. You can download this working example from the GitHub link in the description below. I've also shared a link where you can see if you're eligible for our community license, giving you a free license key to use our React products. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it useful, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel.